changes, and so it's a little different.
You've obviously last year with the Bears, you practiced against Justin Fields, and now you're going against Hurts. Like, what kind of things do you notice about Jalen? Maybe compared to Justin.
I mean, I don't want to get into comparing, but I'll say, he had a ball yesterday. The tight ends have the ball, and he threw it away from him. Like, I mean, guy breaking same time as he's throwing, and he threw it away. And I thought that was just a great ball placement. To be able to anticipate where the defense is coming from and put it in a tight window, I thought that was impressive. So he's been really good on that standpoint. He's also getting the ball out pretty fast. So setting up and breaking, you got to really be on your P's and Q's if you're in some type of vision break defense to understand where he is and his intentions.
Who's been the main communicator so far on the defensive?
Who has the green dot? Yeah, and Kobe got the green dot. Yeah.
It's pretty young linebacker.
A lot, because once you install it early, right? Once the fire actually starts to get hot, you understand what you're supposed to do in those situations, and so it's good, man. You get to learn that early, and so then when it comes up, you're ready and you're prepared.
What have you learned about Kobe Dean since you've been here?
Well, we were in the weight room. Obviously, we started in the weight room, right? He's very explosive and strong, and then we got into the meeting rooms. He's smart. He knows his stuff. He knows what's going on. He's a good communicator, so he's doing a great job.
When you talk about situational football, how much more emphasis do they put on it here than in situations you've been in the past, as far as getting into it this deeply, this quickly?
I mean, I don't want to give too much, but I mean, just in the team meetings, like constantly going over it. Every time we have a team meeting, we bring up a situation, and everyone's up, right? So anyone could be asked a question, and everyone's responsible to understand what's going on in the game.
Pretty common recently is safety is converting the linebacker that you did years ago. What's the most difficult part of that process?
And just compete. Let's keep on working, and we got a long ways to go, but we're still working together, and we all trying to come together.
First time changing teams. What's the spring like for you? How's it going?
That's why I said it's a long ways to go, just because it's like you're learning new faces, you're learning new names, you're learning new calls. But I think everything's coming together well. We got a great group of guys in the DB room, got some great coaches, and we all just working together just to help each other, compete together every day, and just trying to get each other better.
What's the biggest difference?
Relationships you formed so far?
Close relationship, just a lot of people in my room. I don't want to go naming off people, because then if they see this, they're going to be on my head about it. But just a lot of guys in my room, and we're big in that ping pong competition.
What's the biggest change that you've encountered here?
Biggest change? Just learning a new playbook. That's the biggest thing. Just getting adjusted to their calls and learning the playbook, and just going out there being a vocal leader and just going out there trying to help the team the best way I can.
What's it been like working with Sidney Brown to this point? What have you learned about him?
Man, he's a hard worker. He doesn't say too much. He's always smiling, but you just know that he wants it. He's a guy that goes out there, he gives 110%. He's willing to learn. He's just, I don't know what you want to say, but he just loves football, you can tell. And he goes out there, give 110% every day. And
I mean, they work hard, man. I mean, we go outside and we do some things like where we measure some things, and whether it's acceleration or top end speed, or if we do like power things, like they really work hard and they really compete, and it's fun. It makes you better. But it's been a lot of fun so far.
Do you have any tricks you use for learning new terminology?
No, I'm a biology major, so memorization is kind of what I do. So I don't really use any tricks. I just kind of memorize it. Yeah.
As a veteran player, how much did spring work help you? No pads, obviously, and all that kind of stuff. Do you get a lot out of it, especially in a new situation?
Yeah, I think the first thing you got out of is learning the new techniques, right? So you may have played a similar coverage in another defense, but you don't understand exactly the technique that they want you to use in that say defense. And so learning the techniques and then actually going on the grass and doing it and repping it and have a coach kind of critique you on what you're doing right and wrong, that's always valuable. And then just being around the guys and learning together,
A couple more. You guys all good? Cool. Thanks, Rich.
Thank you.
Terrell, how's the transition gone for you? How much do you think you've advanced to this point? Practice against different types of quarterbacks, but what is it like adjusting to go against Hurts in practice?
Man, he's super smart. You can just tell the way that he diagnosed a play, what he's looking at, what kind of keys he's trying to check for, and he's trying to eye control the safety so they can get you off leverage and everything. But he's just a smart guy. He's as advertised, and he goes out there every day with that hard hat on.
There's a lot of
Morrow
new
was
pieces
just out here talking about situational football and how much emphasis they place on it here. Do you get that same feeling as opposed to?
I do. I think situational football, that wins and loses games. So, those third down plays, those small plays of the game that mean so much to the game. Those fourth down stops, those third down stops to make them punt rather than them getting the first down and kicking or getting fourth and short and kicking a field goal. Just those small things that really can get us off the field. That's something that's really wins and loses the game.
There's a lot of new pieces on this defense.
On the field, what do you see?
You're playing in Devontae Smith's softball game.
Mm-hmm.
Last year.
At least I'm going to be on the winning team. I think that's big. And, they're all about everyone being together. And I see that when I came into this locker room, the guys, they really truly like each other. Everyone is out there playing ping pong all day. Everybody wants to play cards together. Everybody wants to race here, shoot the basketball here. You can just tell that the team truly cares about each other and everyone out there competing together. Last year, I was a pitcher for most of the game until Michael Parsons came. If they let me. It's his team. I'm going to let him go ahead and control it. So if you let me be the pitcher, I'm going to be the pitcher. Best ping pong player? I would say Jake. Jake, the best. Yeah. Yeah, he pretty nice at ping pong. I'm a close two, though. This is what we can do to be the best group in the NFL. And I think that goes across all three levels.
So far, who are some of the most vocal people on the defense?
We got a lot of guys. Definitely the linebackers and the safeties, just because those are guys that are like the quarterbacks of the defense right now. And just got to constantly stay talking to each other, constantly communicating, constantly just go out there and work together.
When you talk about the quarterbacks of the defense, there's a lot of change in those two positions, right? Linebacker and safety. Any concern about what that will be like come, preseason and game day? Because there is so much that has to be learned in a relatively short amount of time.
I wouldn't say it's no concern. We have a lot of smart guys, a lot of guys that want to learn, that want to be the best group, a lot of guys that are willing to listen to each other, a lot of guys that can pick up on something fast. So I wouldn't say that it's a concern. It's just that we have to constantly just work in these time periods right now.
Times where I was learning the plays and what position I'm in, but now I'm starting to. Howdy.
How are y'all? What's it feel to be up there?
Feels great. Just being able to play football again. Still got some of the same guys in the room, Slade, James. Added, Terrell, Sidney, Kayvon, all them, but, it's great. We're having fun out there right now.
How's it been getting to work with Terrell? I saw you guys were out there earlier with the ones.
It's great. Like I said, having vets like him, Slay, get to be around guys that's been in the league for, years. And just learning from them and, add stuff to your game, it helps me a lot.
What have been the biggest changes with Sean Desai's defense?
I just don't want to get a lot into scheme and stuff, but, we're working on everybody just communicating right now. He talks about being palpable. Wants people, watching on TV to feel us, and we want to be violent. So that's our top goal right now.
You feel like that fits your play style?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I've been doing since I was little too. So.
When you look back at last year, what do you think is the biggest thing you learned?
Make sure you're ready at all costs, no matter what position you are, like where you're in. Somebody can go down and your number can be called. You got to be ready to go. That's why I treated every week as, I was starting. And that goes back to, the guys we have in our room and asking questions and just learning from them.
This time last year, nobody had heard of you. Mm-hmm. You were a long shot. You didn't have any money yet. What's changed for you as far as coming into this year compared to last year?
Honestly, nothing's really changed. Like I said, I love the game. I'm going to play it as long as my body allows me to. And, rinsed you every day. That's what Sirianni talks about. No matter what position you're in, I haven't felt that I've arrived yet. I'm still staying humble, staying hungry, and that's going to last, throughout my career.
During your interview a few months back, if you can recall.
What's it been like seeing the Kobe get a chance to be out there a little bit more?
I feel I'm proud of him. Me and him we're pretty close friends, And just knowing him and knowing his work ethic and knowing his leadership role that he's going to have to take in, it feels really good to see him out there working, and he looks comfortable. He loves doing what he's doing. He's, like I said, he communicates all over the field, and I feel strong about him.
You look a little unrecognizable. Looks like you put on some weight. Is that kind of a conscious thing? Did you put weight on?
Did I put on weight? You talking about good weight or bad weight?
And so a lot of it was your test.
Good at helping whatever we need help on, and especially all of his other guys that help him. And you just got to pay attention to that too. You got to pay attention to your body and what you need to work on. And I feel like getting my body better in shape and get a little bit more muscle will help me in the long run.
What was your reaction when you saw both C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Marcus Epps leaving the free agency, and what they kind of meant to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day, but those are two of the guys that, I looked up to. And, Marcus Epps, especially me coming in as a rookie, I didn't really know a lot of guys. And he was my go-to. And I kind of looked at him as a big brother, and I asked him a lot of questions. And that's the type of vet that I like to have in a room. You can ask a question regardless of who you are. Like if you're a rookie or whatever, he's going to answer you. And same with CJ. And, they're really good dudes. And I had fun with them. That was, you got to love the game. At the end of the day, it's the business. But if you show everybody that you love the game and you go hard every day, you got to have that mentality. You're gonna make somebody like look at you. And that was my goal. I just wanted somebody to know who I was and just truly know that I love the game.
We'll take one more for you and then get PK in here.
I don't know if you heard Terrell just now if you were standing back there, but he was just talking about how much the team has embraced him and all the new guys who've come in. How important is that? How big is that? Is that conscious thing you guys talk about, or is it just natural? It's kind of it's preached every day. Sirianni, he gets up here. We preach about connecting and then competing. We're not pointing fingers at everybody. We're not getting mad, and competing brings us closer together. And that is kind of a family-oriented organization. And that's what I feel like everybody wants to play in. You're welcome regardless of who you are. And that shows, it's a
How we doing? Good.
How's the transition gone for you, taking over the room, and how easy has it been?
Oh, it's been a smooth transition. I was here the last 2 years, just working with the guys, so that's really helped a lot with the transition. Like Reed just said, big thing around here is connecting with guys. That's what I've been doing the last 2 years, and we just continue that on, just kind of switching seats a little bit. But I did a lot of work before, and so we just continue that on, continue to build the guys, continue to let them play with effort, execution, and teamwork. So that's always been the standard here, even before I got here, and we just want to keep that going and try to go out and dominate our opponents.
You were with Nick back at IUP for those years. What have you seen? How much has he changed?
The way he has a great football IQ, the way he continued to communicate to guys, those type of things have never changed with him. And so it's just great to see him on this stage and for him to do it day in and day out with these guys, not just with the players, but also with the coaches. He does a good job on us all accountable, and those are the things that he always had.
What's the challenge of having? You're going to have some new safeties. Obviously, you have some young guys coming in, a corner, a safety, draft picks. What's the challenge of kind of making sure the whole thing? It's a lot of change, making sure the whole thing is kind of operating by the time the season starts.
Yeah, change is just a part of life, and it's a part of the game, and it's a great opportunity for a lot of these guys, just like Reed, Terrell, some of the guys we drafted, like Sidney. We got those guys, Kayvon, who've been in the program for a while now. So it's just an opportunity for them to kind of step up and do what they need to do in this organization. And that's a fun thing. Now there's some areas that haven't changed. We still got Slay, we still got Bradbury, and those guys are leaders.